Evening and welcome to Miami News. I'm Dario Baldiag and this is Cristobal Conte. So now at the top of the broadcast, we'll be talking about the Atlantic slave trade, Marco Polo, and the Vikings.
We're going to start off our broadcast with Bivino, who is going to tell us more about the new trending movie called Marco Polo and His Journey and the backstory behind that movie.
Thank you all for tuning into the Miami News. My name is Bivino Texera, and the DLC Products wanted me to review a trailer for the Marco Polo movie named The Journey of Marco Polo.
In a world of the unknown, one man dared to venture beyond the horizon. He braved the dangers of the Silk Road. He became more than a traveler. He became a legend.
Marco Polo was born on January 8, 1254. He was an Italian explorer and traveled for many lands facing challenges. The movie is expected to release soon and play in all movie theaters. Now on site with Sofia Mendoza.
Thank you, Ben Menzo. Today I'm on the streets of Central Falls interviewing people. Hello. Who am I interviewing today?
Oswaldo.
Alright. Have you heard about the new movie, Journey of Marco Polo?
Yes,
Do you plan on watching it?
I do plan on watching it because my nephew is one of the actors playing in that role.
What role is he playing?
I can't say, that's personal. You gotta just watch it.
Alright, thank you for your time.
Thanks, Chris and JB. This is Nana reporting live from down here at the courthouse, where there is a court case being fought against trying to abolish the Atlantic slave trade. Thanks, Nana. This is Izzy. With this topic has been heavily discussed in the community, and today's the final court case where we discuss if slavery should be abolished or not.
So, Miss AR, why do you think that the Atlantic slave trade should be stopped?
I came here to fight to abolish slavery because these slaves are being treated harshly and being dehumanized for Europe's benefit. But they forget that these are humans too. They get treated so bad that they end up killing themselves so they don't have to keep suffering in harsh conditions that they are put through. It's honestly disgusting how these humans are being treated on the way to the Americas and when they arrive as if they are an object.
So, defendant, why do you think that the Atlantic slave trade shouldn't be stopped?
Well, the Atlantic slave trade has brought a lot of wealth to Europe, and we have profited a lot selling slaves and making them do our work. And when we sell the product they work for, we earn lots of money when we don't even do anything for it. Also, ever since the start of the Atlantic slave trade, the economy has been booming.
The jury has decided that we are going to get rid of the Atlantic slave trade as it is harsh and cruel towards the humans we are transporting.
In today's news story, we are here with the famous historical figure Christopher Columbus.
Christopher Columbus was an Italian explorer born in 1451. He is known for his 4 voyages across the Atlantic Ocean, which led to the European discovery of the Americas.
Hello, Mr. Columbus. Thank you for joining us. Can you tell us what inspired you to go on your first voyage?
Thank you for having me. I was inspired by the idea of finding a new route to Asia by sailing west. I believed it was possible to reach the rich lands of Asia.
That is very fascinating. What was your first reaction when you landed in the New World?
It was an incredible feeling, knowing that I was the first European to reach Asia for the first time. I was able to bring back some gold, natives, and food never seen before.
That's good. Wow. What were some of the challenges you faced during your journeys?
One of my biggest challenges was navigating the unknown waters. We encountered rough seas and incredible weathers.
That must have been though. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having me.
Let's fact check Christopher Columbus.
He claims that he made it to Asia, but instead reached modern-day Bahamas, and he enslaved people and mistreated many of the indigenous people.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Today we have a special guest that Aurelio Cosme is interviewing. Let's get to it!
Hello everyone, today we have a special guest from history, Leif Erikson. the famous Viking explorer. Welcome, Erickson.
Thanks, it's great to be here, even if I'm 1,000 years late.
No problem. So, Leaf, you know for sailing a place called Vinland. Can you tell us what it was like to go on such a long journey and dangerous adventure?
Well, I've always loved adventure. My father, Eric the Red, discovered Greenland, and I grew up listening to stories about new land. One day, I heard from a trader that there is even more land to be discovered, so I wanted to find out for myself.
Wow, that sounds exciting. What was it like traveling across the ocean and back then?
It was much more difficult. We didn't have GPS or maps back then like we have today. We had to use the stars, the sun, and our intuition. The weather was always changing, and we never knew what to expect or what was out there.
Interesting. That sounds intense. What did you find when you got to Vinland?
Oh man, it was so beautiful. It was wonderful. There was forests, rivers, and many grapes. That's why we called it Vinland. It means wineland. There was also animals to hunt and fish to catch. It was beautiful, but we also met natives, and things weren't always the nicest.
Did you stay there forever?
Eventually, we had to stop. It was difficult living there year-round, and there were conflicts between us and the natives. Eventually, we had to go back to Greenland.
I have one final question for you. What do you want us to remember today about your adventures?
If there's one thing I want you to remember about me, is that I got to America before Christopher Columbus did. What else? I have no idea.
That is all for now, folks. Thank you for joining us tonight on this sunny Friday. For anytime updates, follow us on social media. I'm Cristobal Conte from all of us here at Miami News. Good night and stay safe.